Welcome to Touch 'em All Sports Radio. Today is Wednesday, March 28th. Ethan, tomorrow is opening day, and we have a lot to talk about as far as baseball goes. So much going on in the baseball world. I don't really know where to start, Ethan. Atlanta Braves last night played their Future versus Future Stars game. Right before the game, though, there was some controversy. We'll talk about that later. But today we're going to make our National League postseason predictions. Ethan, are you ready for that?
I'm ready for this.
So, in the spirit of opening day, being tomorrow, we're going to pick our postseason winners later on in the show. But let's talk about something that came out yesterday, right before the Futures versus Stars game at SunTrust Park. Ronald Acuna. The rumor was that Ronald Acuna denied a $30 million extension, or $30 million offer from the Atlanta Braves. So that's huge. So
is it that been reported, or is that like that's proven? That's factual.
It was reported.
So he does not want to be at the Braves.
So hold on, listen. So an article on ESPN. It reads. I'm going to read it straight off. I'm going to read it. Atlanta Braves top prospect Ronald Acuna has denied a report that he turned down a $30 million contract from the team. So he denied it. He denied the denial. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he said he didn't say no.
I didn't do it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. That makes perfect sense. Our friend Alex Fisher would enjoy that statement.
I didn't say no, is what he's saying. I did not decline it. So he's denying his denial. A source told ESPN that the Braves offered Acuna a contract extension in the range for 5 or 6 years. But there was also the rumor that he denied that extension. But Acuna, he's going to begin the season in the minors. It says that he has not been presented with an offer at all. So it's a lot of he said, she said going on right now in Atlanta.
I don't know what to believe and what to hope.
Through a translator, Ronald Acuna said, "To be honest, I'm not sure where that came from. As of now, I haven't received a contract and nobody's talked to me about it. There was no contract that was turned down or anything like that. So I'm not sure where that started from, but that hasn't been the case." So that's good. That's good to know that he's denying it, right? That's what we want.
Better than knowing he said no.
Yeah, that's very true. But with a guy like Acuna, that's not. I don't know how to say this, but like, that's not a bad, like, offering him a contract that big right now is probably not the best idea.
But he is the number one prospect for a reason.
Okay, he hasn't played in the majors though. That's I get where you're coming from. Like that's a.
I mean, it's different if he's just like if he hasn't proven himself in the minors. Like top high school prospect is one thing. Top minor league prospect, that's entirely another thing. He's against the best of the middle class. He's against the best of them. Yeah. He's out there playing the top guys. They're just waiting on their shot. And he's out there proving his opportunities with them.
But not 6 years, $30 million worth.
I mean,
this guy's
who else are the Braves going to play?
He's 20. How old are you?
Who else are the Braves going to play?
Hold on. He's 20. How old are you?
And Nick Markakis is how old? 36? 32? 34?
He's 20. How old are you?
How old's Nick Markakis? They got to have someone to fill in these positions.
No. How old are you?
12.
No. How old are you? How old will you turn a week from today?
Today.
A week from today?
I'll be 1 year younger than Ronald Acuna.
No. Not a week from
today.
No,
a week from
2 weeks from
2 weeks from today.
How old will you be?
I'll be 19.
You'll be 19. Ronald Acuna's 20.
Ronald Acuna is from a country that do nothing but play baseball. They don't go to school. They play baseball.
Okay. I mean, still not $30 million.
His whole life has been for this moment.
Okay, true. But I just don't. Maybe in a year or two when he's proved himself and he's won Rookie of the Year, which he probably will.
How old is Bryce Harper?
I don't know. I don't care enough about Bryce
25,
Harper.
26,
I don't care enough
24,
about Bryce Harper
like
to know.
And ask me what his contract is.
I don't care. I saw the thing on ESPN today where he was getting. There's rumors he'll get $400 million.
Good.
That's not. No. So let's go ahead and get into it, Ethan. This is what
Bryce Harper is 25 years old on a $13 million contract, according to Wikipedia.
That's bogus. Okay, so I actually have a hot take that I'll save for the end of the show. I'll save that for the end of the show. But let's go ahead and talk about our National League postseason picks. We'll start with the East, Ethan. Who do Who do you have in the East? And to be fair,
And
we'll
the
do
National League East.
to be fair, we'll do the American League probably on Monday. But you won't be here on Monday, will you?
I will not be here Monday.
Okay, so we'll do yours like a simulcast thing, and we'll have you call in or something.
Yeah, I'll FaceTime.
Yeah,
I'll FaceTime on my drive back.
You'll be at the beach or on your way back from
I
the
will
beach?
be. I might actually be back by that time, but don't count on it. I probably won't be.
So, flip of a coin, Ethan not being here to do his American League postseason picks. But let's do the National League because that's where our allegiance lies.
National League East.
We'll
Is that
start-
what you're asking for?
We'll start with the National League East and why.
Okay. Look at all the teams in the National League East.
Okay.
You got the Marlins.
Okay.
They just dumped off everything. They don't have anything. They're not playing for a championship this season. They are strict rebuild.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They don't even have the pieces for a rebuild yet. They're working on acquiring those for the rebuild. They're out. They're going to finish dead last. No doubt in my mind. They're going to be dead last in the NL East. And then you have the Braves, who have every piece they need for their rebuild. They are doing great in the rebuild. They have great pieces to build around. And Ender Inciarte, who's typically in the running for Gold Glove. They have Freddie Freeman, who's he's a solid hitter, absolutely good defensive first baseman. Then they have all the pieces they need to build behind it. I do not think this year is their year, but I do think they are on the right track.
So you say, are you going?
The Phillies now. The Phillies, they're in a rebuild too, and they went out and acquired Jake Arrieta, which I don't entirely understand. I don't see how that kind of fits their rebuild, but because he's an older guy, he's not going to be there for too much longer.
Yeah.
But my obvious pick for the NL East is the Nationals. They have pitching, they have hitting, they have contact hitting, they have power hitting, they have everything they need, and they should be able to lock it down pretty easy.
Okay, so you're going with the Nationals taking the East. I do agree with that. I do think that the Nats will win the East.
Why do you think the Braves will not win?
Just the Nats are more. They're more win now than the Braves are.
Absolutely, I agree with
They're
that.
in a more win now mode than the Braves are. I do agree that the Phillies will give some competition. They picked up some big pieces in Jake Arrieta and Santana, but I just don't think they're there yet either.
I don't see how it fits. Because
Well, then are they even in a rebuild then?
exactly.
So that
I mean,
poses
they
the
need to be. They were they were one of the best teams around. How many 7 to 8 years ago?
10.
10.
10 years ago.
Did they win the World Series? I know they played for it. They won it.
2008.
They won it.
2008 won the
Look,
World
they had
Series.
Ryan Howard. They had Chase Utley. They had they had one more big name guy on that roster.
Cole Hamels.
Cole Hamels. That is entirely it.
Yeah.
They had a fantastic team, and they're all retired, gone now.
Well,
And they went from top to close to the bottom.
yeah. Well,
I mean, you understand guys get old, guys go somewhere else, but they dropped off entirely.
but I just the Phillies. Are they in a rebuild? Are they in win now? I don't really know. So I do agree they'll finish very close to the bottom. But yeah, I think it'll go Marlins. I'm gonna give you an exact prediction, and this is bold, and it kind of leads into my wild
Nationals,
card.
Braves, Phillies, Marlins. That's mine.
What just the Mets don't count.
Oh, I forgot about the Mets. Wow, they are there. I entirely forgot about that. Yeah,
So,
Mets finished third.
Here's my thing: from the bottom up, it goes Marlins, Phillies, Mets, Braves, Nationals. Second place in the NL East. It's big. Leads into my wild card prediction. But let's go with the NL Central. Ethan, who you got?
You go ahead and you take the first one.
Okay, this is bold. The Milwaukee Brewers are going to win the NL Central.
Ooh, what's your reasoning behind that?
I think that the Cubs are going to come out strong on opening day. They're going to come out strong whole month of April, whole month of June, July. But then when it comes for the stretch, right, they're going to slip. I think they're going to slip.
You think Nolan? Or no? You think Chris Bryant?
Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, I keep
Rizzo.
forgetting. It's probably because I got 4 hours of sleep. But Anthony Rizzo. You think a team? Jason Hayward, Ian Happ,
Yep.
Wilson Contreras. He's the catcher.
Yeah, and I think they're going to slip.
You think that?
You saw them slip. They slipped a little bit last season, and I think they do. And I think the
And
Brewers,
you think they're gonna be able to beat Joey Votto led Reds as well?
the Reds? Come on now. Come on. Yes, they're going to beat the Reds. And they're going to beat the Cardinals, too. And the Brewers are going to take advantage of it. They're in a good spot. They're in a real good spot. Exactly. And they've got all the tools they need. They're there. They're there. They're there. Brewers win the Central.
I might have to disagree with you on this one. Say that the Cubs take the Central. I do believe the Brewers take second, followed by the Reds and the Pirates, and then I think the Cardinals will finish in last.
Really?
That is my prediction.
Wow.
I think Reds take third in the NL Central.
That's big. Okay, moving on to the West. I feel like we can mutually agree on this one.
Yeah, well, the West is actually a very, very strong. Wait,
The West?
the NL West?
The NL West? You think it's strong?
It's pretty strong.
I mean, you got the Diamondbacks and Dodgers.
And what about the Rockies?
Eh,
Nolan
Nah.
Arenado, Charlie Blackmon, John Gray. They aren't all that good.
no, I don't. I mean, they're good, and they made the wild card last year on a fluke.
Paul Goldschmidt, AJ Pollock.
On a fluke.
They aren't all that great for the Diamondbacks.
Nope, I don't think so.
So you think if all 5 of the teams from the NL West win against the NL East, how many do you think NL West win?
Oh, all of them. All of them, but I don't think they're good. I mean,
You think? I mean, what about the Central?
Central. I don't know. I'm talking about the West though.
Yeah, but
I'm talking
I'm
about
talking about NL West against NL Central. I mean, you don't think they're stronger? I think they're by far the strongest division.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
absolutely.
I disagree. I think the Central's pretty strong.
I mean, they have the Reds. They're a decent team.
The East is weak. I'll give that.
The Brewers
And
are
the West
decent.
is not bad, and I'll agree. The West. Is
The Dodgers overtake entirely.
The West is pretty strong. I'll agree with that. And they had 3 teams in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad, but this year they're going to fall off. The Dodgers win the West though.
Absolutely. Followed by okay. In the wild card picks, I think that the NL West puts 3 teams in the playoffs again this season. I think the Rockies and the Diamondbacks both take the wild card.
Really?
I mean,
You think that the
why
you
wouldn't
think
the
it's
Rockies?
you think it's a repeat?
Absolutely. Who else is going to take that spot? I mean, if
disagree.
you're right and the Brewers take over NL Central, then I absolutely believe the Cubs will take that wild card spot.
Yeah,
but I don't think the Cubs are going to lose the Central.
Here's my wild card spots. You ready for this? You ready for
It's
this?
going to be too bold. This is too bold for radio.
You ready? Cubs. Cubs are the first team.
That's
They'll
entirely
host,
believable.
They'll host it at Wrigley, and they'll probably win because they're going to be playing the Braves.
The Braves they just don't have the pitching to make it that deep in the season.
I think we'll be surprised this year.
I think I agree. They have a solid lineup. They don't have a good lineup. They don't have a bad lineup. They have a solid lineup. They have pieces and where they need them, but they don't have the perfect pieces to where they need. They're just kind of pushing puzzle pieces together and say, "Hey, it looks all right."
I think that the National League is weak enough to
For them to get extra wins over the Rockies and the Diamondbacks and
yes,
whatever other teams are out there.
absolutely. I think so.
I mean, I think Freddie Freeman will have a great season. Ender always has a good season. I think Fulte's going to really show this season. I think he's going to come out better pitching than he was last season.
Ronald Acuna Jr. He'll be there in April.
He'll come there,
He's
but how
gonna-
good is he going to be? Dansby? What I mean, is he
he's-
going to perform how he did last season
It's
and
gonna-
get sent back down?
It's a different atmosphere in Atlanta.
Third base for him. I mean, that's
Third base. That's a good thing.
That's not
I'm
really
glad you brought that up.
covered space yet.
I'm glad you brought that up, Ethan. I was listening to some old
You
shows.
think Charlie Culberson takes over third base spot?
I was listening. Yeah, probably. I was listening to some old shows the other day, and I had a hot take that didn't age very well. I said that the Braves are going to go and they're going to fill the third base void.
They
Big- with the big free
absolutely
agent
did
move.
not.
They didn't, and I know why, and I like it. They're going to let Charlie Culberson. They're going to let him play at third.
I think that is the absolute right move to do.
I think they're going to let him play at third, and they're going to let Austin Riley develop. We may see him as soon as this season. I honestly think
So you think it's be Ozzie at second, Dansby at short,
and
and Charlie Culberson at third?
that'll be the opening day.
And see, that's a good lineup.
That's not bad.
Defensively,
That's not
that
bad.
is
That's what
very
I'm
good.
saying.
But offensively, you don't have much firepower there. You're not. What's Dansby's career average is probably less than 250 at this point.
Okay, but he's played a year and a half.
Ozzie, I mean,
He's
I went.
played half a year.
I saw him a couple times, and he always put very, very, very good wood on the ball. He hit it deep every time, but he had maybe 1 out of every 4 hit. That's 250 again.
That's also
Charlie Culberson, I mean, yeah, he's all right. He'll hit for a decent average.
I think we're in for a shock. I really think we
I
are.
truly hope so, but I just don't see it happening.
I really think we are with the platoon of Suzuki and Flowers behind the plate. You got Culberson at third for this year. And then
Outfield.
Ozzie and Dansby up the middle. Got Freddie anchored in at first.
They're going to do whatever it takes to keep Dansby and Freddie in those respective positions.
Yes.
Honestly, them sending down Dansby last season actually kind of opened my eyes a little bit to the idea that they might not entirely be all in on Dansby, though.
I think they are. They're all in on Dansby because I'll tell you what, if they weren't all in on Dansby, they wouldn't have sent him down.
And see, I understand that from that perspective also.
It's like a tough love thing. It's like when your mom hits you.
They were sent down. Was it an eye opener, or was it, hey,
it was
do better or we'll get rid of you?
It was an eye opener, and it was an eye opener for me too because I just 2 days before I just dropped 200 on a Dansby jersey, and he gets sent down to AAA. It's like, okay, all right, but it was a tough love scenario. Like I said, it's like when your mom hits you.
And how's the outfield going to look this year?
It hurts. But it's going to pay out. It's going to pay off for him because the Braves love Dansby.
The fans absolutely love Dansby.
He's a man of the people, and he's going to stay. And things are going to turn around this year. I'm telling you, you are in for a shock.
What's the outfield going to look like this season?
You're going to
Andrews locked and centered. Markakis probably in right.
Yeah, and opening day you're probably going to have Lane Adams in left field.
And then towards the end of April, maybe June, they're going to bring in Acuna.
Due time, mid-April, we're going to see Acuna, and it's exciting. And we're going to be in for a shock. I'm telling you. It's a great time to be an Atlanta Braves fan. Would you agree?
I mean, I just can't get pitched on this season exactly.
You don't think
so?
But
I think in the upcoming years, I mean, look at all the pieces they have. They have if not the best, one of the best farm systems in MLB baseball, in Major League Baseball now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
And it's now.
I mean, it makes no sense for them to have not had the best team because where all the best players are from, this area.
Mm-hmm.
In prospect baseball, you have areas here now like Lake Point Sports Complex.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of thousands of games are played each and every summer. And before that, they had the East Cobb facilities,
mm-hmm.
and this is the literal prime time of prospect baseball, of high school. Some even college games come here.
Yeah.
I mean, you have what you need here. Just get out there, recruit it, and draft what you see.
Yep. I think the future is now for Atlanta Braves fans. We've suffered for some time. From some time. We saw the collapse of 2011, got our hopes back up with the wild card in 2012, ended up winning the division in 2013. That was a sign of life. Then we got our throats cut over the next couple of years. We're here 5 years later. I think it's time. The future's now for Atlanta Braves fans. There's never been a better time besides '95 to be a Braves fan, and I stand by that.
I believe I saw an article on. It might have been ESPN. I'm not sure where it was, but I think. Don't quote me on it because I might be wrong. But I think it was Ozzie Albies saying that he would like to follow in the footsteps of Chipper Jones, saying that he liked the what he put forward and spent his entire career with Atlanta. I believe Ozzie said that he liked that whole idea, the possibility of doing that.
I think that might be true, but I know for a fact Freddie Freeman's like that.
It might have been Freddie. Let's see.
Because Freddie and Chipper are still really good friends.
Yes.
And that's going to happen. Freddie's going to spend all of his time in Atlanta.
He has no reason to leave.
I stand by that. And if they trade him, then that's going to be a sad day. Sad day. But I stand by it, man, and I can't. I'm so excited to be a Braves fan. I can't. Have I said that yet? I'm so excited to be a Braves fan. I can't get over it, and I don't know why you wouldn't. Ethan, what's your favorite thing about being a baseball fan?
About being a baseball fan in general?
About being a baseball fan. Like tomorrow's opening day.
You never know what's going to happen.
What's the feeling you have right now?
I'm excited because look at last postseason. You have two of the best against each other. Two of the best pitching rotations that you're going to see, and then the game. What was it? It's 12-13.
Mm-hmm.
How many home runs were hit?
So many.
You don't expect that in a World Series game. Just in baseball, you don't know if you're going to go out there and see an offensive showcase or watch a no hitter. You never know what's going to happen. It's always exciting, even when people say baseball is a boring sport. But I don't see how because you never know. Baseball is a sport that comes at you so fast.
And here's my thing. Baseball, I fell in love with baseball all over again in fall of 2016.
And why was that?
When I watched, because I'll admit it. I have no problem admitting that watching the Braves just implode, just absolutely dropped the bomb. You know, they were bad. It wasn't fun to really watch baseball. I mean, yeah, it was fun. I still watched them, but it's like I was going through the motions, you know. But then I watched the 2016 World Series with the Cubs and the Indians. That was the best World Series I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was incredible.
I still get goosebumps just thinking about it. You can argue that the Dodgers Astros was better. I'm gonna disagree. The Cubs, their first World Series appearance in 108 years. It doesn't get any better. Like I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Best World Series I've ever seen in my entire life. My whole 18 and a half years. And I'm sure I'll see some pretty great ones, but 2016 is always going to stand out to me. So Ethan, as we're winding down here with episodes left, over time in the next couple episodes, we're going to go and listen to what we've already put out there, and we're gonna analyze what we've said.
Let's review.
Yeah, we're
a year in review.
A semester in review, if you will. We're gonna start. We'll leave here after today's episode. We'll go and we'll look, and
see how bad our hot takes were.
We'll listen and we'll see how they age. They may age like fine wine, or they may age like milk or cheese. A lot of mine probably aged like dirty, stinky cheese that was already old, and it's not aging any better. But Ethan, you got anything else to talk about? Oh wait, no. I had something written down. I was gonna go back and track on it. We were talking about the National League playoffs, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you my National League whole filled out bracket.
Go for it.
Preseason, just from what I've seen in my semi-professional opinion, amateur opinion, if you will. So I said the Cubs and the Braves in the wild card. It'll be at Wrigley, no doubt. Cubs win, and they'll play probably the wild card winner will play the team with the most wins out of the National League.
The Dodgers. Don't even say anything other than that.
Cubs will play the Dodgers, and the Dodgers will win. So Dodgers already in the NLCS, and that moves us to the Brewers and the Nats. And the Nats are going to continue to be the Nats, and they won't win a postseason series. Do you know that? Washington Nationals have never won a postseason series.
Doesn't surprise me, if we're being honest.
So the Brewers will beat the Nationals. It'll take a lot, but the Brewers will beat the Nationals. And then the Dodgers are back in the World Series. Simple as that. And I don't know who they'll play in the World Series. We'll formulate that next week. But Dodgers are going to have a really good shot. I like the Dodgers.
If the Nationals
from a non-fan perspective and just an unbiased, amateur radio host, I like the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I like the Dodgers.
I like the Dodgers,
yeah.
But if the Nationals can win, which they have not proven they can, if they can win a postseason game, they have what they need to go and face off against the Dodgers and maybe beat them.
Yeah, but they're not going to.
It's hard to beat the Dodgers. The Astros only did it because their team is. I don't even know how to explain it.
Here's the thing, though. If the Nationals are going to win a postseason series, they're not going to win 2 in a row.
No.
Especially in the same year. So the Nationals are going to continue to be the Nationals, and they'll lose. We'll transition to football. I was listening to our good friend Colin Cowherd yesterday. And he thinks that the Browns are going to take a quarterback first round. And it aggravated me, Ethan, and I know you're pretty passionate on this.
I cannot stand the thought of them drafting a quarterback. Why would they? They just got Tyrod Taylor, who's not bad.
He's not bad.
Not good, not bad.
You're wasting a draft pick if you take a quarterback. And I almost
look at history. Do not repeat yourself if it has not worked since 1999.
It's not going to work. Don't take a quarterback, okay? Don't take a quarterback, Cleveland. Listen to me, please. If there's a Cleveland GM out there listening to this amateur radio show from a private Christian school in Northwest Georgia. Northwest Georgia. If you're listening, goodness gracious, please don't pick a quarterback. Who do you want to pick? Well, pick Saquon Barkley. as
Then
your
Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Yes, boom, perfect. Because you know those two teams in the middle are going to take a quarterback. You know they are. So there's no sense. I'm passionate about that. I don't want them to take a quarterback. Oh my goodness, Ethan, we're winding it down. You got any hot takes?
I think UCF loses every single game they ever play.
Oh my gosh,
They lose all athletic funding.
You're so high on UCF.
That's not a hot take. That's a hope.
You're so high on UCF. We're looking forward to the next couple of episodes. Ethan, you're going to the beach. What, tomorrow afternoon?
Friday morning.
Friday morning. So we won't have you Monday, and then Wednesday, April 4th, we will have Coach Drew Burnham, Coach Zach Morrison for our Inside the Headset show. They will. It's not our.
It's more of a preview.
It's more of a preview. They'll come and they'll talk about spring practice and the spring game and this and that, and we'll talk a little bit of sports with them. Really excited for them to come on the show, but also we'll talk more about the Inside the Headset show. So I'm really excited about that. Really excited for all the opportunities that are coming up this fall, this spring. Ethan, this has been a really good episode. I've enjoyed talking about baseball.
It's nice. It's definitely nice.
So,
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Halfway. I halfway know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm thinking. I just can't say it.
So
I forget how to speak. 4 hours of sleep is not the best choice.
So yes. So tomorrow is opening day, Ethan. I'm gonna wake up, put on my Braves jersey, and I'm going to go to class, and I'm going to have a great day. And I'm going to come back, I'm going to watch baseball.
I will not play MLB The Show tomorrow so we can watch baseball.
All day long. I'm going to watch baseball all day long. I'm so excited. So this has been Touch 'em All Sports Radio. I'm Justin Franklin. We will see you on Monday. Ethan, tell them goodbye.
Goodbye.